Deep within the untamed heart of Africa, a tale of extraordinary adventure unfolded. It all began with a tragic shipwreck, leaving a young boy orphaned and alone in a perilous jungle. This was no ordinary child. This was John Clayton II, the son of an English lord and lady. Fate, however, had other plans for him. The vast emerald embrace of the jungle, with its towering trees and hidden dangers, became his unlikely cradle. Found by Kayla, a grieving ape mother who had lost her own child, he was adopted into the tribe of Kerchak, the mighty silverback gorilla. They named him Tarzan, meaning white skin in their guttural language. This was no ordinary upbringing. This was survival in its rawest form. Tarzan learned to navigate the tangled undergrowth, to hunt with cunning and agility, and to defend himself against the lurking predators that roamed the jungle. The jungle, with all its perils and wonders, became his school, his playground, his home, and so began the legend of Tarzan, the boy raised by apes, the human who spoke the language of the wild, the legend we know and love. The jungle was a harsh but magnificent teacher. Tarzan, with the instincts of his human heritage and the tutelage of his ape family, grew to be strong and agile. He swung from vines, outran the swiftest leopards, and climbed the tallest trees with the grace of a born acrobat. He learned the language of the jungle, understanding the alarm calls of the monkeys, the trumpeting warnings of elephants, and the rustle of a predator stalking its prey. The jungle was alive with sound, and Tarzan learned to decipher its every whisper and roar. He befriended Tantor the elephant, a playful giant with a heart of gold, and fought alongside his ape brothers against the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Life was a constant struggle for survival, a test of wit and strength against the relentless forces of nature. But through it all, Tarzan thrived, his human mind developing alongside his primal instincts, creating a unique blend of intelligence and animalistic intuition. He was, in every sense of the word, a child of the jungle, wild, free, and fiercely independent. The jungle was a symphony of sounds, a language all its own. The chattering of monkeys high in the canopy, the trumpeting calls of elephants echoing through the trees, the rustling of leaves betraying the movement of unseen creatures. Tarzan understood them all. He could distinguish the warning hiss of a cobra from the harmless slither of a python, the scent of a predator, the distant roar of a lion, the alarm calls of birds. These were all part of the jungle's intricate communication system, and Tarzan was fluent in its every nuance. He spoke to the animals in their own tongue, imitating their calls, understanding their signals. He could calm a frightened gazelle, warn a troop of baboons of approaching danger, or even negotiate a truce between rival predators. Tarzan's connection to the jungle ran deep, his senses finely tuned to its every rhythm and pulse. He was not merely an inhabitant of this wild realm, he was an integral part of its intricate web of life. The tranquility of Tarzan's jungle world was shattered when strange creatures began to appear. Creatures that walked upright on two legs, their pale skin a stark contrast to the lush green surroundings. These were humans, the same species as Tarzan, yet from a world he had never known. His initial encounters were marked by curiosity and caution. He observed them from the shadows, their strange language and customs a source of both fascination and bewilderment. He saw their weapons, their tools, their fear of the jungle that was his home. One fateful day, he came across a group of explorers, their camp attacked by a ferocious band of native warriors. Among them was a young woman, Jane Porter, whose beauty and spirit captivated Tarzan's heart. This encounter marked a turning point in his life, a bridge between his wild existence and the world of civilization. It awakened within him a longing for connection, a desire to understand these strange beings who were both so different from yet so similar to himself. Section 5. A new world, a new language, a new Tarzan. Driven by his love for Jane, Tarzan sought to bridge the chasm between their two worlds. He began to learn their language, deciphering the meaning behind their words, their gestures, their expressions. It was a slow and painstaking process, but his determination was fueled by his love for Jane. He shed his animal skins and donned the clothes of these strange creatures, adapting to their customs, their manners, their social intricacies. He learned to walk among them, to speak their language, to navigate the complexities of their world. Yet even as he embraced this new life, a part of him yearned for the freedom of the jungle, the untamed wilderness that had been his home for so long. He was caught between two worlds, torn between his primal instincts and his burgeoning humanity. Section 6. Between two worlds, the pull of the jungle, the lure of civilization. Tarzan found himself at a crossroads, torn between the allure of civilization and the primal call of the jungle. The world of humans offered him love, companionship, and intellectual stimulation. He learned about art, literature, and the complexities of human society. Yet the concrete jungle of civilization felt stifling at times, a stark contrast to the untamed freedom he had always known. The rules, the expectations, the constant struggle for power and dominance, these were foreign concepts to his jungle-bred soul. He missed the thrill of the hunt, the exhilaration of swinging through the canopy, the camaraderie of his ape family. He was a creature of two worlds, forever caught between them. Section 7. The eternal appeal of the wild, why we still read about Tarzan. Why does the story of Tarzan, a man raised by apes, continue to capture our imaginations after all these years? Perhaps it's the allure of the unknown, the untamed wilderness that exists within our own hearts. Tarzan represents a primal connection to nature, a reminder of a time when humans lived in harmony with the natural world. His story speaks to our innate desire for freedom, for adventure, for a life lived on our own terms. In a world increasingly dominated by technology and urbanization, Tarzan reminds us of the beauty and power of the natural world and the importance of preserving our planet's wild spaces. Section 8. Tarzan and Us, Echoes of the Wild in Our Hearts. Though few of us will ever swing from vines or converse with gorillas, Tarzan's story resonates with something deep within us. It speaks to the child in all of us who yearns for adventure, who dreams of a world untouched by civilization. His unwavering loyalty to his ape family, his courage in the face of danger, his deep connection to nature. These are qualities we all admire, qualities that remind us of our own capacity for compassion, strength, and wonder. Tarzan's story is a timeless reminder that even in the most civilized of hearts, a spark of the wild still burns bright. Section 9. More than just a man in a jungle, Tarzan's enduring message. Tarzan's story, though set in the heart of the African jungle, carries a universal message about the importance of empathy, understanding, and bridging the divides that separate us. Tarzan, caught between two worlds, teaches us that it is possible to embrace different cultures, to find common ground, to build bridges of understanding. His story encourages us to look beyond our differences and recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. And so, the legend of Tarzan lives on, not just as a thrilling adventure tale, but as a timeless reminder of our own potential for courage, compassion, and connection.